Okay, so we are back. Now, I've paused for time just so we can go on a little bit of a ramble, and because there's some other stuff I need to do where I kind of want to save a double XP. Now, we are currently on Tuesday, so I do need to play quite a bit during the rest of the week to be able to go and get what I want, and also properly use all of the double XP we've got left. But if we go into the bank, we have now finished all of these super attack potions. I've sold a big chunk of them, which I'll show in the Grand Exchange, but for whatever reason, I'm managing to sell these for a lot more profit as a 4-dose, so we're just going to go and throw those into a 4-dose. If you didn't know, if you come over to Bob Barter here, you can go and decant them into whatever doses you want. You can also decant them into flasks, if that also makes money as well. Really, really easy, really quick. Sometimes you can actually make some profit doing this as well. So in this case, the 3-dose is selling for about 4.5k. But yesterday, I managed to sell quite a lot of these for 11,000 coins, which is really, really nice. So that is good. So I'm going to pop these back in for 11,000 and hopefully these sell. Now, as you can see by my Grand Exchange, there's quite a few things here which we need to talk through. So we've gone and bought some refined magic planks. We have bought these for 26,000 coins each. Current price is 29,999. So I'm just trying to see if I can sell these just for a quick flip more than anything. I'm not in a rush to go back and do construction. I want to do some other skills. So while I'm waiting for that, I may as well see if I can make a little bit of money off that as well. Very similar to that, we have been buying some vampirism gloves. Now, the reason why I bought this is to go and make my training with my invention weapons a little bit more AFK. Vampirism gloves along with the blood necklace shard and hopefully a bunyip by the time we get there should hopefully be enough healing to move up and go and do fetid zombies. Now I've been managing to buy them for 14.7 mil and then selling them for 21.2 mil, which about a 6.5 mil profit. Really can't moan, and this is kind of covering a lot of expenses. Like this one flip here pretty much covered all the archaeology materials I had to buy yesterday just to go and get my archaeology level up. So we're just trying to see if we can just increase this. We managed to get one more last night, and I've had one more bought, which I need to just put on the Grand Exchange for the sell price. I'm not going to buy any more than this. I'm just hoping that we can get these gloves sold. But if I have, it basically means I've paid for the vampirism gloves myself. So that is really nice. But these super attacks have sold. Again, I bought these pretty much with the secondary and with the unfinished potion, about 2,000 coins. So to sell these for 11k, when I'm pretty much about 2,700 coins for a 4-dose potion, really big profit, really, really good. Now we've bought the Armadillo chest plate, which is something I can augment. We pretty much are going for full armor now in terms of our range setup. We have pretty much got it anyway. So that's where we currently are in terms of Grand Exchange and stuff we've bought and trying to sell and stuff like that. If the refined planks don't sell, I'll simply just turn them into frames. If the vampirism gloves don't sell, which I don't think they won't, I'll just use them and I'll just try and sell one for the price I bought it for anyway. So as you can see, even though I bought them for 40 mil, which is a lot over the mid price, they buy very, very slowly. I'm just a little bit surprised it's not already sold as well. So that is pretty much where the Grand Exchange is. Wait for those super attack potions to sell. By doing these super attack potions, we now have a herbal level of level 69. So 69 opens up a couple of things. Anti-fires, which can be surprisingly good. So I'm going to check the margin for an anti fire, just see where that currently sits. Super defense, super strength, super attack. Those are going to be the only potions I'm really going to look at, see what the profit's like. But I am going to check the 4 doses, see if there's some things we can do in terms of that. Something else I've been using, which can be seen as a little bit wasteful for like double XP and stuff, but the fact that Dungeoneering's coming on Monday, and the fact that I can use archaeology to go and farm DG tokens with the ability to double XP, meaning I get the artifacts a lot quicker. I'm going to kind of do that because, again, especially for those lower level useful Dungeoneering items, with my Dungeoneering level, with the fact I can't do things like Zamrak Undercity, I can't really farm tokens massively well. So Elite Dungeon is a bit beyond me, so maybe that's going to be how we just get some Dungeoneering tokens while leveling up as well. So 54 sort of archaeology, and what I've been doing is basically just going off the wiki with how many I need for certain collections, and just getting that exact number because that means we can go and work towards the auto screener, which then means I have a really solid AFK method. The fact I've got the Grace VLs makes it really, really easy. But what we're going to go and do now is go and grab our cash stack from the bank, because what I was trying to do is trying to see how profitable I could be for this double XP. And I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of need to sort of like get the most from it as possible. So we're actually going to go and make some investments on some stuff we're going to buy. And I do apologize, but this episode is going to be a bit more of a rambly one again. I know we've had a ramble beforehand. But we're going to go and move and invest in some more stuff. So the previous clip was all about combat. This is going to be some skills. So the first thing I'm going to look at is Royal Dragonhide. And I'm hoping that because we've been a few days into double XP, this would be a little bit cheaper and we can kind of get a little bit of a deal. So the fact it's mid-price or a little bit above mid-price is quite nice. I'm hoping we can get something like a little bit under. I can put a nice slow buy offer in. There you go. You pretty much save yourself 200 GP each. and we can just leave it to buy, and this will be incredibly quick XP. I'm thinking this will be something where I could quite comfortably get into the 90s very, very fast. So 9,000 dragon leather is what we're going to do there. Fletching is also another skill which can be very, very quick to train, and something I kind of need to train quite quickly as well. Just because, again, fletching, once you get it to like levels sort of like 70 and 80, you can do things like Onyx bolts, you can do Ascendery bolts. It's just going to be another way to make exceptional GP very, very quick. Now with 55, I believe that should be another tier of arrow, but if we can just go and have a look really quick, maybe it's not. So level 60 is adamant. So I'm just going to buy something like 10,000 mithril arrows and just see where that's going to get us. Because again, fletching will be very quick. It's also a nice thing to save some cash on fletching by doing it over a double XP, because you're going to need a lot less arrows than what you think. So I'm going to go for 10,000. I imagine I'm going to need a lot more than that. They're a little bit funny to buy as well, because the arrowheads are just a little bit annoying to go and pick up. And this is why I'm doing this now, is so I can kind of like go and do some other stuff and just wait for this kind of stuff to buy. I'm going to go 30,000 arrowheads because we're going to fletch a lot of arrows basically. So it's nice to have that in the Grand Exchange. So we bought the headless arrows for quite a good price as well, actually. Like 91 GP ain't that bad. So the next thing we want to go and buy is, I'm going to go and take these arrowheads out. We'll put the offer in a little bit later. So the next thing I want to go and check is the price of potions. So anti-fire, I've mentioned this before. Super anti-fires go for such a big profitable price, but the fact is that anti-fires are also extremely profitable because of that as well. So I just kind of want to check what this price is, because Lanternine potions can be a little bit lower. And if this is a better option, it's going to be better XP than the others. We'll go and pick that up as well. So a 4 dose is actually quite expensive. So a 4 dose is 16.5k. That actually might be the winning potion. If we just go and see what price for Lanternine unfinished is, 6.2k. Yeah, it seems pretty good. As long as it buys for a decent enough price, 6.4k. So if we work off 2,100 coins for a dose, we're going to be about 8.4k. The secondary is really, really cheap. We'll make about 6k a potion, which, again, very, very nice in terms of that. I think we're going to go for the anti-fire potions. So what I'm going to go and do, the margin here is so small, and I can actually buy a decent amount. So we'll go and buy 3,000 Lanternine potions. The Dragon Scale Dust is actually quite a cheap secondary as well, which is why I think I'm going to go for that. Yep, there we go, 200 coins. We'll even put a little bit on top of that as well, just so we can hopefully instant buy it, but it's not instant buying, which is always great. So 400 GP each, really not too bad. It's a lot cheaper than Limpwork route. So that is going to be the plan for Herblore, is we're going to make a lot of anti-fire potions. Fletching, we're going to try and get up to sort of like at least to rune arrows. But if we can get to the point where we can do ascension bolts, it just means that's another way to go make some profit. And what I'll probably do is tonight, I've got a lot of AFKing to do while watching the football. So what I'm just going to do is just skill away, and then I'll come back tomorrow and sort of report to you guys what we've got in terms of levels, how much we've got, and then in terms of like what we're going to do for the rest of the double XP plan as well. So in terms of what we're doing, a lot of progress, things are really going well. We've bought a lot of supplies. Because things like these vampirism gloves are flipping and selling pretty well, and hopefully these refined planks sell for a profit as well, I can kind of invest in some more skilling supplies, which hopefully they will pick up. But again, we've bought some crafting stuff here, and I'm really interested to see where we're going to end in terms of like the GP. I am not bothered about how much GP I spent on this double XP. As long as I kind of get the rewards back from it, and as long as we're sort of like making enough GP, and as long as we're sort of getting enough in terms of the stats, I'm more than happy to go spend a GP, because we can always make that back. But getting this speed in terms of leveling our stats up won't be here forever. So I'm pretty much going to go and hop over to World 84 now, go and get back to it, and then we'll see you guys a little bit later on to go and report through what we've done. So welcome back to the world of double XP. We have now clocked up a total of about 23 hours. So we're now down to 25 hours, 24 minutes. And since the last time we recorded the clip, we have been very, very busy. So what I'm going to do is hop over to the Grand Exchange, because there's a lot for us to break down and show you guys as well, because I've done something I haven't really done so far in this series. We've been doing a little bit of flipping, but not like low profit flipping. We've been making a little bit of bank. So in terms of what we were doing last night, so I have finished all of the anti-fires. I bought 3,000 anti-fire potions, sold them as a 4 dose, and made a lot more profit. I'll show you guys on the Grand Exchange, but 79 Herblore is where we currently are. 79 Herblore offers the chance to do Super Necromancer potions, which I checked the prices last night and it didn't look great. However, the Super Necromancer potions are a lot more AFK. Because the Congealed Blood stacks, it just means that I don't have to pay as much attention and sort of like focus on Herblores as much, because I'm playing the main account as well. Could be a nice option. It will be less profit, but again, more XP. It kind of balances itself out. So 79 Herblot is really nice. Again, we're going to march on and get this to 90 as soon as possible and just see where we currently sit there. Crafting was another skill which we're going to target as well. Just got level 85, which gives us a couple of nice little things. Nothing really worthwhile, but again, not too bad in terms of that. Again, I've bought some Royal Dragon hides, just going to turn them into bodies and sell them on the Grand Exchange afterwards. Probably about halfway through those, but we are flying through. Again, Royal Dragon hide bodies are relatively well priced, how good the XP is, so that is really nice, really happy with that. And then finally we have Archaeology, which is something I'm using my double XP on because it just means that, especially getting the artifacts to go and get Auto Screener or Professor rank, it just means I'm getting them so much quicker, and because I'm getting the artifacts quicker, just means that when I restore them, I'm technically getting the XP quicker because we're getting the artifacts faster. And finally, we use all of our mithril arrows, 65 fletching, so we're going to buy a nice amount of fletching arrow tips for the next stint. We want to go towards rune, so we're going to stock up on a decent amount of adamant. Now, when I mentioned that we were flipping and we were looking at buying some things, the two things I was looking at were going to be refined planks because I was actually going to turn these into frames. So I bought a decent amount, but because I didn't have any real plans to use them, I've sold them for a higher price and made some profit. The other one was Vampirism gloves. So we have sold these for slightly less than what I did yesterday. But in terms of the buy price, 14.7 mil, turned them into 20.2. It's still about 5.5 mil profit. So really happy with that and really happy we've managed to pick those up. I'm actually going to go and try another 3 and see if those can work. But as you see here, 14.2 mil turned into 60.8. It's not bad. It's not bad for something I'm not really paying attention to. And these refined magic plank, I had all sort of ideas of actually using these. The reason why I sort of like bought them is because I thought I'd stock up. I bought these for around 26-ish K, so I've probably made like 9 mil, but again, it's 9 mil which I've made, which I wouldn't have if I just like not had the offer in. So while I'm doing other skills, I'm trying to have my Grand Exchange like be buying things up just so we can like either use them or flip them. Like with the ideas of the Vampirism gloves, I was going to use them to simply like use them for combat. And because I was having other ideas of different things to do, I decided to put them on a Grand Exchange for slightly higher. And they've sold. So because of that, I'm just testing ideas and seeing what's currently working at the minute. So what I'm simply going to do with the refined magic planks is simply just do the same. I'm going to put an offer in over mid. It's slightly less than what I did before. Only because with the double XP sources starting to wind down a little bit, supplies and demands are going down the more and more each day goes on. So I don't want to get caught out with these. I wouldn't really lose money at that price, but it's one of those where if I can buy them for a cheap price, we can hopefully do it. Now, the super enterprise managed to sell for 16,000 coins each, and I think if we can find Valentine supplies, I sort of put in, let's just go 20.4 mil, and we've turned that into 37 mil as well. So we're still making money by doing Herblore, which is really crazy. These super attacks do seem to have sort of stuttered a little bit, so I'm just going to drop these down. I'm going to drop them quite aggressively and just put them just below 10,000 coins because I'll still make a lot of profit with that price. It just means I can sell them and I've not got like that kind of price just sat down and going to exchange waiting. So that is pretty much everything. The fletching and the arrows is kind of a loss and you kind of write it off as a loss, but the mithril arrowheads weren't really that expensive. So again, I don't really mind that. So what I'm going to do is buy 15,000 of the adamant ones because hopefully this will give us a big jump into the next level. Got a lot of arrowheads and yeah, we're pretty much marching on with fletching. So I'm happy to lose money on fletching because it's worthwhile investments in my opinion, because as soon as we get to things like Onyx and the Sentry Bolts, we will make a lot of profit. Now, I mentioned earlier on, the Super Necromancy Potions are very nice because they are AFK. Really, I just want to check what the price of the Super Necromancy Potion is because it was selling under its mid price. And normally when you kind of get that, that's when I'm like, not too big of a fan to do it. It is nice because it's going to be one of those where like you just pretty much AFK the 27 potions at once. But I want to make sure that its price is structured. It's still under its mid price, which at this point, I'd probably just go and do anti-fires again. Yes, they're going to be a little bit less XP, but you saw how much profit we made from them as well. So as long as the anti-fire 4 dose is still around that same kind of price, anti-fire, just a normal one, then I'll probably stick with that and just go forward with that as well. But yeah, Herblore still makes profit. And I saw someone on World 84 yesterday say like, Herblore is so expensive, it's so slow. Only if you're doing the wrong things. Like we've just seen here, the anti-fire potion is still making considerable profit. I'm just going to dial in and buy even more. The 3,000 potions I actually made during the football yesterday, so I'm more than happy just to go and do that again. just chilling while doing some AFKing is always really, really nice. So we've bought those, which is good. I'll probably buy some more Royal Dragon hides at some point in the future as well. Once we've sort of gone through those and put the rest on the Grand Exchange, we'll look at doing that. And in terms of everything else, I think that's about it. Like, I'm just chipping away. I do need to buy actually some gold rings because we will go and do some summoning at some point as well. The spot I'm looking for, fetid zombies, which we're going to hopefully have the vampires and gloves for, is hopefully going to be AFK. With the fact I've got the gloves, the blood necklace shard, and also a bunyip is what I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping with that many charms, I can just get it with double XP. We'll find out. If we don't, then we'll go do some cave bugs or something just to finish it off. But I'm hoping that with this many charms, we can get a decent chunk into the 50s or 60s. And then we can march forward from there. And then after that, that is pretty much all I've been doing. I did go on a little bit of a skilling rampage last night. I probably played as much or as focused as I have played for a while. And I think like the kind of skills and levels we got off the back of it kind of shows that as well. We really dialed in yesterday. And what I need to do, because we've got to that point again, I need to go and buy a decent chunk of archaeology materials. Just go and level all this stuff up. Again, we're only sort of sticking at spots until we've got enough to like hand into all the completions and sets and stuff. But we are making some progress. I'm getting artifacts incredibly quick. I'm struggling now to do the artifacts and then be ready for the next level. I need to catch up a little bit. So I'm hoping that once we've restored all these artifacts, that'll be a good time to go and jump up from there. But yeah, summoning is going to be a focus. We're still going to go on with fletching, crafting, and then also herb lore. Herb lore, tomorrow with that many sort of anti-fire potions, I'll be around 83, 84. But we're still climbing, and to be fair, when I'm sort of like in the mood and doing the potions, it doesn't take long to sort of rack up that many potions as well. However, I'm going to go and jump onto some more skilling. I'm not sure if I'm going to go and do some potions first, or I'm going to do some archaeology or do some other stuff. But we are making some real big progress here. And then what I'm probably going to do, once we're about 8-ish hours left of a double XP, I'm then going to go and camp some fishing. I'm then going to go and do some agility. I'm going to go and spend some time on the really low skills like necromancy as well. It's a really good thing to level up quick and just really improve the stats from there. But I hope you guys are enjoying the double XP videos. I'm actually enjoying grinding away. I'm watching some series, watching some stuff as well. But that is going to wrap the video up. Really hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know how your double XP is going so far. You probably got another episode or two of a hug until double XP finishes, just to cover these last 30 hours to keep you guys in the loop as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.